This really bothered me yesterday. This is a story that it speaks in a larger kind of bigger narrative way to the liberals' fear of free speech and the power of conservative media. So there's this article up at Vox by the dreadful Aaron Rupar, one of just the most disgraceful liars on Twitter. This guy's just a propagandist and a gaslighter. But he had this article up at Vox, and I saw this coming yesterday. It says, quote, Facebook's top news stories are like a window into an alternate dimension. It's Super Tuesday. Coronavirus is spreading, but Facebook is talking about Hillary Clinton's emails by the dreadful liar, Aaron Rupar. Now, I saw this coming. I saw it. What happened? This is how liberals conspire. These are the real police staters. They hate free speech. They hate free and open dialogue. So long and short of it is, Facebook had used a Daily Caller, I guess Associated Fact Checker. Daily Caller is an actual journalism outlet, but they're associated with conservative politics. And they had fact-checked Politico, and Politico had written an article. I covered it on the show the other day. Remember, that said President Trump called coronavirus a hoax. That is a hoax. He did not call the coronavirus a hoax. He never called the coronavirus a hoax. That is a fabricated, made-up BS story. It's just not true. He mentioned the word hoax with coronavirus, talking about the left's coverage of his reaction to it, not the virus. How would the virus be a hoax? He has his task force going for weeks now. They never said. So track me here. I don't have my audience ombudsman handy, but you're all smart. You can figure it out. Facebook used a fact checker associated, I believe, with the Daily Caller. They fact-checked Politico's story saying basically Trump insists coronavirus is a hoax and said this is false. Liberals lost their minds because liberals don't like to be fact-checked because they never have facts. They lie. They lie all the time, and they like the story that President Trump called the coronavirus a hoax, despite the fact that he didn't. They like to, you understand, they lie to you. They lie to you all the time. It is a constant, never-ending tidal wave of bull that never, ever ends. It's all garbage. They love to control the story. They love to control the narrative, and it is driving them crazy that we now, through conservative media, have the power to fight back. It is driving them nuts. Folks, I'm not kidding. This is not a rant for the sake of ranting. It is a warning. These are liberal police state tyrants who absolutely hate free speech and open dialogue and do anything they can to suppress it. So after that happened, enough on that. Judd Legum on Twitter, who is a noted police state supporter and suppressor of free speech, he tweeted out this thing and said, oh my gosh, Facebook is using the Daily Caller as right-winger. This is unbelievable. Facebook is nothing but like a hive for Trump supporters. Once I saw that from Legum, I knew this coordinated messaging was going to start. Let's go to takeaway number one from the Vox piece, because this guy, Aaron Rupar, who's really dumb, took his talking points from Legum, apparently. He says in his piece, in fact, as of this writing early Tuesday afternoon, stories from right-wing sources about Clinton emails represent 3 of the top 10 and 5 of the top 20 stories on Facebook. The number 4 story of the day is about Clinton emails from Breitbart. Oh, look who makes an appearance here. And the 8th ranked story is one on the same topic from Dan Bongino's website. Coverage of her emails from National Review and Ben Shapiro also appear in the top 20. Now, before I get to takeaway number 2 from this Vox piece, keep in mind, big takeaway, ladies and gentlemen, here. Hillary Clinton being about to be disposed. She's not being disposed. Deposed, forgive me, about her emails is a real story. A judge ruled that Hillary Clinton is going to have to answer a question about her emails. That's not fake news. That actually happened. We covered it on the show. Yesterday, Paul? Yeah, I believe yesterday. We covered that story. That's a real story. Nothing Vox lying Aaron Rupar, gaslighting police state supporter Judd Legum, Parker Malley, or whatever the name is, the other one at Media Matters, none of it. They're not suggesting the story is false. They're only mad that my website, Bongino.com, Breitbart, and Daily Wire, my website, thanks to you, gets tremendous traffic, along with BonginoReport.com, too, your alternative to the Drudge Report. I'm not like patting myself on the back. It's just thanks to you. You did it. We get tremendous traffic. Through our tremendous traffic, we can dictate what people are interested in stories today. They're not suggesting the stories are false. Did you read that? They're only suggesting that they don't like the story because it's Super Tuesday and the coronavirus stories out there. They're not suggesting we're making anything up at all. They just don't like it. So now they're engaged in a social media hate campaign and pressure campaign to get Facebook to suppress the Hillary Clinton story, despite the fact that none of it is false. None. Sorry, just messing around my phone there. Let's go to takeaway number 2 from the Vox piece to show you how they BS you and lie to you and how they're trying desperately to pressure Facebook to stop conservative content. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not an accident. Right before the general election starts. Quote from Vox. Vox with a V, not Fox, by the way. Sometimes people confuse it. This is a left-leaning website. Excuse me. Facebook is optimized for Trump supporters. Judd Legum, this is the police state supporter who hates free speech, wrote in a direct message. It rewards engagement, which mostly reflects an emotional reaction to things. Support for Trump is emotional, not factual. So pro-Trump content does very well. Do you see what he did there? The story is absolutely factual. Hillary Clinton will be deposed. It is absolutely factual. She will have to answer questions on Benghazi. But in order to make it seem like we're a bunch of emotional, deplorable, ranting, raving lunatics, he just doesn't like that we find that story interesting. So he flips it around and he hints to Facebook with a wink and a nod. Hey, Facebook, this is an emotional response to a story. He doesn't say the story's false. He says it's just an emotional response, and therefore Facebook should step up and be like the big brother and squash that so people can't read facts. Let's go back to that because it gets better or worse with Vox, as it does every time. This is Vox again, Aaron Rupar, liar, total liar, disgraceful liar this guy is. He says in his piece, chicanery could also be playing a role. Chicanery? What does he mean chicanery could be also playing a role? There's no chicanery there. Chicanery, what? Suggesting that the story is false? That story is absolutely true. That story is 100% true. Chicanery. He suggests going on later in the piece there that the Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro side, has a bunch of is it fake pages, and that we don't have any fake. I don't know what they're doing over there. I don't believe anything Aaron Rupar says, but that is simply not the case. Again, he's just making this stuff up. There's no chicanery here. It's just that you happen to be interested in the story, and that drives Aaron Rupar absolutely mad. Drives him crazy. They can't stand that stuff.
You just heard the Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud, and follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.